Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Another new all-time high as we just cracked 7,400. Man, if you live long enough, you'll see everything. How are you guys doing? Good to see everyone. What did I? I posted what? Yeah, basically 45 minutes ago I said, if we take up yesterday's high, watch your shorts and yeah. Now let's see if we can stay above yesterday's high. So, as you can see, my friends, another big gap, right? Just really bad structure on the way up, but that doesn't mean anything when there's no supply. And it's funny, a lot of people say, "Oh, JJ, you're a supply and demand trader." I'm like, "What else is there?" uh, so we've got a gap here. Where's the other gap? There was another gap here. What else do we got? That big, huge gap down here. The thing about this market is the short squeezes, they really sneak up on people. There's a reason for that. It's because people don't understand how the market is built, right? So, for example, if you went to work on, if you were a doctor, you'd want to know how the body is built. If you were fixing a car, you want to know how it's built so you understand the mechanics of it, right? Most people who trade, invest, that kind of thing, they have no clue how it's all done. And now let's see if that was a stop run and we get back underneath yesterday's high, or whether we stay above it. I'm just showing you a clean chart. And this move here, what we're going to be looking for is this sort of scenario here. We still haven't found the top yet. So be careful. Hit and run shorts, no problem. But if you're positioned short, well, you'd probably be bankrupt by now. You know, overnight point of control has moved up from under 73.80 all the way up here, just under 73.94. And here we go. I don't know how good my balance zones are this morning. I use this as balance 2 times, 4 times. Let's see how well they work. If they don't work well, I'll redo them. I was up kind of late. So here we are. Hey, John, what's going on? Nice work, Howard. 4 points. Beautiful. Perfect. Well done. position, you can see this 73.94 area here. I'm just walking through the market. So if we liquidate, we should come back to this area here when when the London opens in 8 minutes. Right now we seem to be finding bids around 96, which is the previous day high. 1,000 points in 6 weeks. Not bad, huh? You know, if you guys look in the, there's a video I did, where was it? It's been months now since I did it. And it's called Why Markets Hit New Highs After Selling. I'm going to put a link in here. Please give it a look. Now you'll understand how the market's created. And it will explain a lot of what's going on, you know. Hey guys on YouTube, how you guys doing? Yeah, shorting all-time highs is really, you know, if you can nail the short, you know, the problem is you don't know where to put your stop up here. So you got to wait for a seller to show themselves short, put the stop here, and then cover it. But you got to be quick, because here's what it is. You got to pretend the market is the hottest product right now. And every time it gets put on sale, people come running in, right? People come running in to buy on any kind of a liquidation. Now, there's two reasons for that. Number one is there's a ton of people who are short and they're trying to cover. And number two is that higher prices attract buyers. Higher prices attract buyers, and that is just the way humanity is. People will stand in line to buy a video game. They'll camp out overnight to buy a product. So when they see price going up, it gets them all hot and bothered, and then they chase price, right? Right. And that's why in our room we teach you a setup, right? And the setup is a clear business reason for taking a trade, right? It's very, very hard to, for me, when I look at this, you know, do I see a clear business opportunity where I can manage my risk right now? No, right? And the last couple of Globex sessions has been crap, right? And the problem is we're at all-time highs, right? And this happens every time we're at all-time highs. There's nothing to trade. No one shows up for the Zooms. So I thank you guys for showing up, right? And it's a waiting game. We have to find out where the distribution's going to go sideways, right? You know, and we have to wait for that sideways distribution, which will give us nice trades. But when it keeps going higher and higher and higher and higher, we're not getting that sideways, distribution yet. Yet. It'll come, right? And everyone's looking for a big liquidation. They've been looking for a big liquidation since 66.80, right? Bedtime coffee. I don't know how people can drink coffee before but they go to bed, man. I'd never sleep if I did that. Holy cow. Oh, okay. Yeah, so yeah, it's And I told you guys, I think it was 3 years ago, I told you you'll never see markets like this again in your lifetime. Just because the way you have a perfect storm. You have low interest rates. You have trillion-dollar institutions. You know, back in the old days, they used to worry about people getting together and cornering stocks. What's happened now is people have gotten together and they've cornered the whole market, right? Exactly. I thought, when we hit those lows in April, I was like, oh, great, I thought we'd get the same thing as, I thought this would translate into something like this, which gave us really good trades, right? But we didn't get any follow through under 63.63. And everybody shorted the crap out of this thing under 66.58. And now look at us, right? This is a weekly chart. So if you understand how this works, right? What is going on is you have a group of assets and they're owned by very, very large money institutions. Those assets are used as collateral. So the price of those assets, if it keeps getting marked up, the collateral is worth more, right? If that goes down, then the collateral goes down. Now, to keep this going, you have to have a lock on supply, and you have to have low interest rates, right? And also the companies are doing fairly well, right? So if you look at Mag 7 companies, they rarely sell off for very long. Their float, which is the amount of stock that is actually owned, I'm going to need some more levels here, right? Their floats or the amount of supply that's in the system is owned by trillion-dollar institutions that frankly don't have to sell the stock when the market liquidates. When you get a big liquidation like this, BlackRock doesn't have to sell Apple because they own it and they paid cash. Now the analogy is if you pay cash for your car, nobody can repossess it, right? Make sense? And high net worth individuals do not sell stock. They get loans against their portfolios. So if the portfolio keeps getting marked up, there you go. Am I from Sri Lanka? Yes, I am. I was born in Sri Lanka and raised in Canada. Yeah. So yeah, here comes London. Let's see if we get any kind of lower inventory correction. We know that we've got sellers just here or just above 7,400, right? London usually likes to try and get lower. Let's see if it can. You know the bid is 96 and 3/4, so if you are short, that's where your first bid should be. Like say you're short 99, go put in a 97 and 3/4 bid. If that bid fills, which means if it gets executed, you can stay short. Your next buy order should be just at 97, 96 and 3/4, because there is going to be some buying at yesterday's high. Why? There's going to be buying at yesterday's high because people are trapped short underneath it, and they will step in and buy. Now, those of you who have been up for quite a while, that is a poor low in the Globex. A poor low means that buyers are competing here. So there was nothing here that told you to short. everything at the low told you to go long. Poor low, and then higher lows. So the people who got long here, they're distributing up here now, right? They've been distributing up here, and then we got a breakout because somebody realized, oh, I better go cover. And when they went to cover, they ripped the stops over 96. Now let's see. What should happen if we can stay above yesterday's high? What will happen is we'll take this and try and sell it up here. If we run out of buying, we'll come back underneath 96. Yeah, sorry, brother. I never played cricket. I don't know anything about it. I grew up in the prairies of Saskatchewan in Canada, so everything was football, American football, which I played, and you know, I never, I don't understand cricket at all. It's very popular, but yeah, everybody, when they find out I'm from Sri Lanka, they start talking cricket. I'm more L.A. Raiders, Pittsburgh Steelers, Chicago Bears. You know, big fan of Lawrence Taylor. There's yesterday's high. Come down and tickle it and see what happens. Now we're looking for a reaction here. I don't even have my trading software open. Actually was in a business meeting yesterday till late, so I haven't slept much. Now let's see if we can get underneath the previous day high. Is that right, Dave? Oh, interesting. Trade maker, you're on vacation. That's good. Yeah, there's the bid. Now, you could take a little long at 96, 97. Put your stop right underneath this low here. And you know there's a seller here, so that's where you're probably going to be getting out. Once again, there's not a lot of meat on the bone here, right? And remember what I said about distribution? We're going to have distribution now, right? We're going to try and sell that position at 94. We're going to try and sell it at 98, 99, as high as we can. Now you see there's a seller at 99, so it might just chop around back and forth here. You see? Inventory is now long. Right? Inventory was short. The point of control was down here in the 80s. Now inventory is long. So later on, we'll look for a correction to that. As we get near to RTH, that low is very, very important. That 77 low, that's where we will see if we get any decent selling. There are single prints here that I'm missing, aren't I? Yeah. So that's a short position right here. Right just underneath 77. That's when J period took that high. Trapped a whole bunch of people short underneath 76. Well, folks, you guys have any questions? So that little long off the 96, 97, couple of points, right? And you're really going to have to wait for your opportunity, right? Just like all week, it's been tough trading, right? Not a lot of opportunity. And once again, if we take out that 7403, right? I've done up some levels here, right? These ones worked fairly decently yesterday. I got to do some more. There we go, right? Taking out that high. Just be careful tonight, okay? Yeah, Dave, I've got 7406, 7421, and 7436. Why are my streams shorter? AO, do you remember when I got... Have you been around? Is that the same AO that's usually here every day? Do you not notice that there's something wrong with my voice? I know you're kind of doing your own thing, but I'm trying to save my voice until I get it back. That's why my streams are shorter. And also it's been slow. Yeah, so now do you understand? Okay, thank you, man. So there's that 6 and a quarter. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm sounding better, but I'm still not 100%, you know. It's, can't seem to shake this infection. It's been weeks now. Getting better, but I gotta rest a lot. Getting old sucks. All right. Thanks, folks. I'm gonna let you guys go. You know the plan, right? We're looking for your edge. Your edge might not come right away. Remember, you have to be patient. Markets are at all-time highs. You're going to trade less. You're going to trade smaller. Just be patient. Over the next couple of weeks, things will get better, okay? Thanks, everyone. Have a great morning, and we'll see you at 2:15. Thanks, folks. Have a great morning. Appreciate you guys. Bye for now.